Our last factoring method, previous factoring method, was factoring quadratic trinomials with a equal to 1. So for example, if we had ax squared plus bx plus c, our product sum method was for quadratic trinomials without a coefficient in front of the x squared, or just for a coefficient of 1 in front of the x squared. Today's method is called guess and check, and we're going to use that method when we have an a value that's not equal to 1. So you're going to see a number in front of the x squared that you can't factor out using a greatest common factor. So these are our steps. Take a minute and write them down. So now that you've had it written down, so we're going to find all pairs that multiply to the ax squared and all pairs that also multiply to c. Then we're going to do some guessing and checking and try them in different arrangements until our inner and outer products add to give bx. So let's go ahead and dive in and try it. So to multiply to 11x squared, if we're only using integers, our options are 11x and 1x. So we're going to go ahead and put those in there because that's what we have to have as our leading terms in our binomials. So for 2, we can have 2 times 1 or negative 2 times negative 1. Well, because I have all plus signs here, I'm going to probably just use the 2 and the 1. But here's where I have to do some guessing and checking. I'm not sure if the 2 goes here and the 1 goes here, or if it's going to be the opposite order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those in there. I'm guessing where they go, and now I'm going to check. So when I put the 2 and the 1 in that arrangement, I multiply, and I get 11x as my outer product. I get 2x as my inner product. Is there a way for those to add or subtract to give me 23? No. So I guessed wrong. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit here, and I'm going to change the arrangement and put the 1 here and the 2 here. Now when we check our outer product, we get 22x. In checking our inner product, we get 1x. And those indeed add to 23. So because we want them to be, everything to be positive in the polynomial, we're going to put 2 plus signs. So this is our answer. So of course we can multiply through to check, and that's a really good idea to make sure the signs and everything are correct. So multiplying first times first, we get 11x squared. The outer product, as you know, is 22x. The inner product is 1x. And the last product is plus 2. So combining those middle terms, we get 11x squared plus 23x plus 2. And this checks out. Okay, let's do 3 more examples. Go ahead and pause if you wish to write them down ahead of time. Okay, an example 2, very similar. We're going to, the number 2 is prime, so its only factors are going to be 2x and x. Now we're not going to worry about the signs just yet. 7 is prime, and its only factors are 7 and 1. But again, we can try them in different assortments. So I'm guessing wrong the first time just because I want to walk through the process of guessing and checking with you. So when I multiply the outer product, I get 14x. Multiplying to get the inner product, I get 1x. Now, 14x and 1x do not add or subtract to give me this 5x in the middle. So I'm going to start again with the 1 and the 7 and just put them in a different order. So now let's try the 7 here and the 1 here. So when we find our outer product now, we get 2x. Finding our inner product now, we get 7x. So those do add to give negative 5 if we make the 7 negative. So if we have negative 7x plus 2x, that does give us the negative 5. And so that means we want to put the negative with the 7 and the positive with the 1. So this is our answer. So if we want to check, just like we did last time, let's FOIL it out. First times first, 2x squared. outer product is 2x. Inner product is negative 7x. And last gives us negative 7. Combining those middle two terms, 2x squared minus 5x minus 7. And it checks out. Okay, hope you're using a pencil. This next one, we're going to have to do potentially more guessing and checking because the 6 here is not prime. The 5 is prime, so we have to have a 5x and an x. But for the 6, we get some choices. We can multiply 6 and 1, 1 and 6, 2 and 3, or 3 and 2. Now again, we're not worried about the signs yet. Once we get the factors placed into the binomials, we'll worry about the signs. So let's just guess and check one. Let's try the 3 and the 2. Okay, so the outer product here is 10x. The inner product here is 3x. There's no way for those to add or subtract to 17. So we have to pick something else. We tried the 3 and the 2. You can try the 6 and the 1 and the 6. But I happen to know that this one's going to work. Okay, so let's go ahead and check. Our outer product is 15x. Our inner product is 2x. We need those to add to negative 17. And they do add to negative 17 if they're both negative. So that means I need to put a negative in both places. So this is our answer. It's always a good idea to check. So going over here to check, let's FOIL it out. First times first is 5x squared. Our outer product is negative 15x. Inner product is negative 2x. And last times last is plus 6. So combining our like terms, we get 5x squared minus 17x plus 6. Check it out. Okay, lastly. Okay, so this time the 4x squared is not prime. So we have some choices for the first terms in the binomials. We can do 2x times 2x, 4x times x, or x times 4x. That's where our guessing and checking is going to come. 3 is prime, so I know I'm going to have a 1 and a 3. I just need to try these other terms in different arrangements. So let's go ahead and try the 2x and the 2x. When we do, we get an outer product of 6x and an inner product of 2x. So is there any way that those can add to give you plus x? They cannot. So we're going to erase and try again. Now remember the 1 and the 3 stay since 3 is prime. So we tried this first set of factors. Let's try the bottom one. So our outer product here is 3x. Our inner product here is 4x. We need these to add to a positive x because that's our middle term in our polynomial. So that would work if 4x was positive and the 3x was negative. So to accomplish that, I'm going to put a negative in front of the 3 and a positive in front of the 1. So here's our answer. Let's go over here and check. So foiling it out, we get 4x squared. Outer product is negative 3x. Our inner product is plus 4x. And our last times last is negative 3. Combining our middle terms, we get 4x squared plus x minus 3. Now pay special attention that this last term has the correct sign, because sometimes it's going to seem like it works out, but you get the wrong sign. And so then you need to reverse yourself and go back in the process and do some guessing and checking differently.